Hey, it's Joe Glines. In this video on Excel and AutoHotkey, I'm going to demonstrate how to create hyperlinks, insert hyperlinks, and clear out hyperlinks, which is a little misleading, but I'll get to that here in a minute. So, of course, I'm going to connect to Excel, my function library here, so this is getting a handle to it. And then I'm going to pull up my functions here. Let's see, I want to insert. Let's start off with just inserting a hyperlink. And so here, of course, you need a pointer to the current handle of Excel, the object. And now the URL, I have two choices here. I could put in a range or a cell. So let's say A2. So A2. And then what I wanted to display, sometimes when I'm doing reports, I want the display to be like actually the automator, not the URL, which is kind of ugly. And also people don't always know what the name of the company is that goes with the URL. So I like to be able to click this and not have it in two separate columns. And that's mainly why I actually created this function. So this is going to be B2, and I'm going to dump this into C2. So where am I putting it? Oops, forgot my quotes. So save it, reload it, run it. And notice now I have a nice, pretty clickable, the automator. This, by the way, is referencing these two other ones. So the way I wrote this one, you still need to keep these. You can hide them, of course. So that's one way, and it only does one at a time. And of course, you can tweak these however you want, right? But that's the first one. Now let me also show you, I think it works in this one. So let's say, though, I didn't have the other values in here, yet I always knew I wanted the URL. Let's use Jackie's. So JZ app. Oh, that's funny. In Studio, it doesn't like hot strings. Let's try it one more time. But there it goes. But what you do is you triple quote your text. And then for this one, let's say I wanted the words to be shown up to be Jackie's site. And now, again, I'm going to add triple quote that. Triple double quote, I should say. And let's dump that into, I'll also just overwrite C2. So I'm going to save it, reload it, and run it. And so now notice, so I actually dumped in the text there. So now if I wanted to, I could delete these. But it's actually, even though this is here, I manually pushed in what I wanted into cell C2, and then it's a hyperlink, I can click it, right? But let me show you, before I do the delete hyperlink, let me show you the other way. When you have a bunch of them, and let me go ahead and it override it, but I'm going to delete this. So Excel, insert hyperlink offset column. Now, offset is a really cool feature in Excel. It allows you to basically say, here's where I am. Hey, go one to the left, two to the left, two to the right, whatever you want. Negative numbers to the left, positive to the right. And if you're doing the row, if you notice when I type this, I have an offset row instead of column. My data's in columns, so I'm just going to demonstrate the columns. So first you get a pointer to Excel, and then the range, this is my destination range, which actually I'm going to change that to, I'll change the parameter so it says destination range instead of just range. So that's going to be C2. And now the URL offset, here's where you say, okay, how far left or right do I want to go? Well, I want to go to the left, so you got to think of where you are. So cell C2, I'm going to go 2 to the left, so 1, 2. Oh, actually, I want C2 through C5. Now in here, again, it's just a -2, right? Because I'm moving 2 to the left. So it's 2 columns to the left. So -2. I'm not sure if I need that in quotes or not. Let's go ahead and throw it. I know it works with quotes. I just don't know if I can do it. I think I can do it without it. And then the friendly offset, I want it to be, it's going to be -1, right? Because I'm moving 1 to the left. Save this, reload it, run it. And notice it built these for me. And so if you had hundreds or thousands of these things, right, it's really nice. The other thing I built into this one is, notice it's dumping in the actual text. I don't know why it's breaking right there on the automator, but it's in there. And so I could theoretically delete these 2 columns, right? I don't need them after I build this. So it's a nice, quick way to create these. I am just curious. I'm pretty sure I can do those without the quotes around them. So save, reload, run. Yeah, so it still runs fine. Now the offset to rows, you just think of negative, I believe, is up, and positive is down. And so that's how that would work. Now the last one I want to demonstrate here is delete hyperlink on URL. So it's a weird name, I agree, but let me finish filling out here. So XL, and the range is going to be A to A5. I forgot to double click. So I'm going to save it. But sometimes I'll have this, and it's really annoying when you're trying to click in a cell and it's a hyperlink, and you don't want it to be a hyperlink. And it's actually, it's you know, you got to come in here and you can right click, I think, and say remove hyperlink somewhere. There we go, remove hyperlinks. But that's what this will do. So this, when I run it, it'll strip out the hyperlinks, which again, it's a little thing, but man, sometimes it's really helpful if you don't want those to be hyperlinks. Now that doesn't work on C2 to C5. And basically that's because it's using the hyperlink function. So I just ran it, but it still keeps the hyperlinks. Why? Because it's using this hyperlink function. I believe that's the reason why it won't stop them as being a hyperlink. So they're still clickable. And that's it. This is just the easy way to insert a lot of hyperlinks and have some pretty ones. I really like having them pretty for the clients. They seem to really like that. And again, you don't have to memorize what URL is what. So I hope that helps. Thanks.